Hello, hello, hello. Okay. All right. I'm going live. I haven't, sorry, the sun is coming out a little bit bright through my window here. Uh, it's been a little over a week since I went live, and I remember the last time I went live, I actually had a person actually come in to the chat, uh, and we actually, in my opinion, had a very good exchange of information. He we were both in, I think he wanted me to call him our test or something like that, or our test. It doesn't matter, but it's cool. I'm glad I'm live again. If you want to come in, our test is cool. I might go on a live stream on a, I'm sorry, I am on a live stream, but I mean a stream yard, and bring people in to chat about what they feel like they want to chat about, or we can exchange in that way verbally. Um, and that's cool because I've never done that, but I've been on live streams like, or stream yards like that before, and it's been a good exchange every time I've done that. So, the reason I'm going live today is because, first of all, I want to say that I don't watch the news. Okay, I watched I stopped watching the news years ago. Like, I don't even remember 10 years ago, whatever, however many years you want to say. I don't even remember because I know that for me, I know that the news can be, there's a lot of false information in there. Unless it's local. If it's local, then that's different because then wherever you live, then you know what's happening around your, with your surroundings in your own area, your own town, your own city, your own neighborhood, so to speak. But as far as national news, I guess that's what I want to say. National news, that's a bit different. Uh, you know, because there's, the thing for me is like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Charlie Kirk. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, brother. The reason I mention his name is because he was assassinated. I mean, he was killed. And I've watched him on YouTube from many uh different people that posted on him. Um, and I don't necessarily first of all, I'm not Republican or Democrat. So that's one thing that I disagree with what he said, right? Because he was definitely I'm sorry, a Republican, and he explicitly always broke down so-called woke people, right? And he always kept mentioning Trump and Republican. So I disagree with him a lot, but the point I'm trying to make with by putting that name out there is that it doesn't matter what 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 he went out publicly, right? So it was like when you go out publicly like that, then you expose yourself to people that might be dangerous, and he was killed for it. So I don't agree with all of his stuff. I'm sorry, I have to say didn't agree because he's not alive anymore, right? But don't kill anybody for it. It's not worth it. It's like going back to slavery, or saying no, black people can't go on buses, and it's like going through a massive. See, like, here's the thing, and this is an important subject because um people who think that I mean, you can verbally say what you feel and what you think, right? And that's cool. But you don't kill somebody if they disagree with you. That's disgusting. Like, I've had friends that were killed in car accidents, and they didn't know they were going to die that day. and it had nothing to do with what they believed or their religion or whatever, their politics. It has nothing to do with that. You don't kill people for that. I know. Here's the other thing, and I've struggled with this myself. Like I eat meat, right? I like to eat meat, so I guess in a way I eat killed animals, right? So I have a problem with that within myself, and I can understand why people go vegan or people go vegetarian and all that. But Charlie Kirk, hey man, you know what? It's wrong. It's just wrong to kill people. Period. I don't know how else to say it. And I'll say it on this note. And I shouldn't be smiling or laughing or smirking. And again, I'm repeating it. I don't agree. I didn't agree with everything he said. But at the same time, there's a lot of like the LGBTQ or what people call the alphabet community that are saying they identify themselves as something else. They're a male and then they identify themselves as a female or vice versa, or they even say that they identify themselves as a cat or a duck, whatever. Like you're getting out of your own human realm of what you were born with. If you were born with a penis, that's what you are. If you want to cut it off and be something else, hey, go for it. I don't care. I'm not going to cut my penis off. But, I don't know. I just think it's weird, man. But and the other thing is like there's so many other people that have been assassinated for that kind of thing, for speaking out in public, and they they've been killed because they've been trying to do the right thing. And if you disagree with them, fine, it's all right, it's cool, disagree with them like I do, like media channels now, like YouTube, or like me, I don't go on Twitter, I don't do anything else but YouTube. And again, I don't watch the news. But if you don't like the channel, turn it off or go somewhere else. Don't kill someone over it. Jesus Christ, man. And you know what? Now that I mentioned Jesus Christ, I'm not religious, but he was killed, or in the book of the Bible, he was killed for something that he believed in, right? So murder is wrong, and it's just wrong all the way through. But there's more prisons that are existing in America than anywhere else on this place that we live in. So think about the violence that is happening all around us. So Lord Racer 7039 Charlie Kirk, you can't spell his name without AI. Okay. I don't even know what that means, and I guess he subs my channel, so I think that triggered him, her or him, whatever. But it's okay. I mean, there's trigger words like you say Trump, and then that's a trigger word because a lot of people hate Trump. A lot of people love Trump, so it's a love-hate relationship with that. That's why I'm not political. That's why it's good to you can speak out. I mean, you should speak out about things that you believe in or that you think are right. But remember, always have an open mind. Always have an open mind because that's how I woke up to so many different things in life about my surroundings. And if you watch my last live stream, that's what it was about. It's about your surroundings. It's about love in your surroundings. And you know, everyone grows up in a different from a different childhood. I'll start it that way. Because like I was born here in America, right? And my parents are from Mexico. So I'm not from Mexico, so I don't know all the traditions of Mexico. I know a lot of them. I know more traditions about America, which I agree I agree with some, but I don't agree with everything. Just like people who are born in China or Europe or Australia or Africa or South America or Canada, every child grows up with a different environment, with a different culture, right? So you whatever you grew up with, that's what you are. And the great thing is you can decipher for yourself whether you're going to or you're going to deviate and say, wait, something different. And I don't agree with something that I was taught and go a different way, which I did. And I've done many times. So that's the great thing about um, deciphering for yourself whether you're going to follow that path or not. And once you go a different path and you listen to other people speak about whatever their journey has been, then you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know that. And then I'll look into it more. And then that's how my life or your life can evolve into something better or something different. Like life isn't perfect, right? If we were, I don't even know what the word perfect means, right? The word perfect, what is it? What is it? What is perfect? If somebody rants on for 5 days nonstop, I will still not know what perfect is because there is no perfection of anything. It's your life, it's your environment, it's what you grew up with, it's what your path, what you choose to do. And wherever your journey goes, that's your journey. You chose it. Own it. So, yeah, I mean, I the only reason I put Charlie Kirk up on there was because I was on a live stream with I'm gonna put her channel up here, Janine 17. She's on YouTube, so look her up if you want to. And she finally came back. Uh, I guess her YouTube channel got taken down. She's very creative. She's very spiritual, and she's a truther. I've spoken to her at least once verbally. She's from Europe. Of course, I'm here from America, and but I did speak to her through Discord because that's when Flat Earth came out, or Flat Earth came out like everywhere, right? On the not just the news, but the media and different platforms, YouTube and all that. And and I spoke to her, and she brought up Charlie Kirk up, and I was like, yeah, I remember that guy. I didn't even know he got killed. But that's a tragedy that somebody would get murdered for for any reason. And that's all I'm trying to say. I mean, what? I mean, he's gone. I mean, what else can you do? I mean, geez. See, like, how many other people do I know that have gotten assassinated? I mean, he was a public figure, right? And one thing about him was that he never went to college, right? So he never went to college, which means he was basically self-educated, which brings back to a lot of things that I've said before about common sense. Like, I'm educated, right? So what? I don't walk around, saying I'm educated. I just use my common sense and logical thinking. and saying this is right, this is wrong, and I've done wrong things, but I've done a lot more right things than wrong things, right? But anyway, so she brought Janine. She's from Europe, and she brought up Charlie Kirk, and she okay. This is one thing I disagree with her on, but it's okay. You know, she likes Trump. She thinks he's like some kind of changer, life changer of this world that we live in, and that's cool. And the great thing about truthers is we don't always have to agree with everything that we believe in. If truthers, if one person agreed with everything, let's say, okay, I'll put it this way: if 1,000,000 people agreed with me, that would pretty much be a cult, right? A cult is evil. So it's good to disagree with things. Uh, but I think the basic thing about that is to understand that as a truther that you're trying to find the good things. That's the right. That's exactly what I want to say. The good things in the journey that we want to be in, not the bad things, the good things. It's like back to being a child. When you're a child, you want, when you're born and you're a kid, you want to feel good things. You want to grow up in a good environment. It's still the same thing as an adult, even though it gets quite a bit more complicated, right? It's still the same concept. It's just on a bigger scale, so to speak. So, anyway, let's see what other names that I want to bring up, and they're all in the past, right? Like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. They both of them were not perfect. One of them went to prison. Malcolm X went to prison, but he changed. He changed multiple times. Uh, Martin Luther King, believe it or not, he had multiple affairs with women. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I'm not here to. I'm just telling you, nobody's perfect, and they got assassinated because of um, what they spoke out about, and like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, that was back in the day when I wasn't even born yet, but that was back in the day when racism was crazy. Black people, like, you they even put signs here in America where white people had their own bathrooms and black people had their own bathrooms. Black people segregation, you couldn't do that. And that's, I couldn't imagine being in living in that time period when there's so much hatred, even though in my opinion, there's still a lot of hatred going on around here not just in America, but in other countries, and and it's not necessarily about color. It's about culture. It's about religion. It's about politics. Um, and so like for me, I stay away from. That's why I stopped watching the news a long time ago. Excuse me, because it can damage your brain to say, "Oh, I watched the news yesterday and I saw this and I believe everything." No, you I finally, thank God, I got away from that, or thankfully to something spiritual within myself to get away with it, because I don't let I don't let the news or the government, as I always say, control me. So anyway, well, thank you for a couple of people that came in. Lord Racer, hey, if I offended you, it's okay, and don't worry about it. Janine 17. Let me see if I can post the link on here, just in case so you guys can hopefully check it out. Give me a second. I'm looking it up here real quick. I'm losing my voice, so it's getting cold here. All right. Should be coming up soon. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Oh, she's actually live right now. Jeez. All right, let me copy and paste it. All right. I have to go. She's live right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and paste it. See if you guys want to join in. Take care.